This is the Wooting 80HE, a keyboard that raised Wooting $7 million in just 30 days. If you aren't familiar, Wooting blew up largely because of their 60HE/2HE, with the previous keyboards introducing their rapid trigger feature, the first keyboard on the market to do so. Rapid trigger is a software feature that resets a key press whenever an upstroke is detected, allowing for more precise movement mechanics for games that have more crucial movement. Yes, the SOCD snap tap feature is available on the 80HE like it is on the 60HE, but it is bannable in CS2, but it will still work in Valorant and Overwatch, with the 60HE making a name for itself and setting Wooting's reputation in stone, allowing for the best gaming performance at the time with some insane customization options. Largely due to them going with a standard 60HE layout, allowing for more customization, allowing for anybody to put that PCB into a case of their choice. Everyone could customize it and making it their own, allowing for an end product to be more satisfying, having a really loyal customer base. Fast forward to now, after 7 months of waiting, my pre-order for my 80HE has finally hit my desk, and I am elated to announce that this is in fact worth the wait. Before we begin, I did pay for my unit, but whether I paid for it or not would not change the outcome of this video. I'm going to start off the bat with the only real negative I have, being between the 60HE and the 80HE, I could genuinely not tell the difference performance-wise. It is there. This keyboard does have 8K Hz, allowing for a lower latency, but it's imperceivable by the human eye. It's not necessarily a negative, but when we're talking about performance like this, it is nearly imperceivable by normal human capabilities. When you get your 80HE, you're met with personality and attention to detail at every corner. From cute hearts on the pull tabs to high quality materials and individually wrapped accessories, such as more neutral colored stock cable, added hot swap feet to adjust the typing angle, and a handful of extra screws in case you lose some. I opted for the PCBR Ghost module combo. It was more cost effective as I wouldn't be using their included keycaps. Although now if you wanted to, you could place your order for just a couple more dollars than what I paid and get the pre-built version without extra switches and it coming fully built with stock keycaps. Outside of that, the build experience for me was super simple and it took less than 15 minutes. I unfortunately did not record it. I was too excited, but the longest part putting it together was putting the keycaps on. The 80HE is mostly popular because of the promises they made, with everybody asking for 60HE performance with just a larger form factor, because not most users were willing to forfeit the F-row or the arrow keys. Now, TKL was largely what was requested, but the 80HE is acceptable in my opinion. On release, they promised 8K Hz, rappy snappy, which is sort of akin to SOCD, as well as a gasket mount and a powerful and useful light bar. Now, they delivered on pretty much everything. The light bar is nearly finished, but it's not quite there. All that's available right now is a profile indicator, caps lock indicator, which is what I have it used for, and the option to use it just as an accent of your choice. Coming at a later date, you will be able to use it to check RAM usage and a Windows volume level. Now, what I think to be the main reason for why Wooting has remained at the pinnacle of gaming keyboards is the whole software, firmware, and hardware experience. Tying everything together, it just works almost flawlessly. For the 80HE drop, they have also stepped up their Switch game, coming out with a Lecker V2 in a 60 and 45 gram variant. I opted to build mine with the 45 gram Lecker V2s, but later on I may switch the whole board out for Jades. But for now, I am really feeling the Lecker 45s as I feel like they're pretty comfortable to type on, and I'm really liking the lighter springs. Their tolerances are much better, with a bit more lube on the switch stem itself, making for a more consistent experience. Although they still sound a bit clacky, it is much better improvement over the 60HE stock. Along with the new switches, they have gasket mounted the board, which in itself is a really stiff gasket with very little play, but I am thoroughly enjoying the typing feel with a slightly softer overall bottom out, and a sound profile that fits my preferences better. Really not a ton of play, but it is still there. For the new software on the Utility V5, they have entirely revamped the software with a different layout and a much better explanation of the features. Everything else is a little less overwhelming to new users. I personally had my girlfriend check this out a little bit, and she thought it was a lot easier on the eyes compared to the original software with the 60HE, especially for somebody who doesn't know what any of it does. On the front page, you'll get a quick settings section where you can get an immediate access off off the bat to the normal features, with the left hand side offering a more in-depth configurations to get everything you really want dialed in. To wrap up this video, yes, I genuinely really think it's worth the wait for me personally, but if you already have a 60HE, performance wise there really is not a noticeable benefit to this. Outside of that, I do think it's worth it for the added features, a better typing experience, and a better overall just stock experience that you don't have to mod. Along with having 8K hertz and just knowing you have the best is sometimes enough. But if you do have any questions, please leave them down below. I will do my best to answer them all. Thank you again for watching. Please consider subscribing.